My name is Michelle. I am your emotional resilience coach. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, the notifications button, and of course, if you think this is going to help anyone, please do share. So today I'm going to chat to you really briefly about being a fawn, and particularly about having the character trait of keeping the peace always. Making it feel like we are responsible for everyone and everything's happiness and well-being. Coming from a place of something I always heard my whole life was, keep your nose clean, Michelle. All right. And I think this was a family saying because my cousin heard it her whole life too from her mom. And my mom said my grand always used to say to her, keep the peace, don't rock the boat, don't ruffle feathers, keep your nose clean. All right. The problem with this, as much as maybe the intent behind that is to be a peacemaker, is that we lose ourselves. We don't have our own back, and we certainly don't have our own voice. And by keeping the peace in our lives, we allow so much abuse, be it emotional, mental, physical, whatever it is. We allow so much of it by just keeping our nose clean. So what do? How do we take our power back? Well, first, obviously, is awareness. We need to be aware that we are doing it and just have so much love and compassion for yourself. I often still end up doing it, and my husband will say to me, you're fawning, you're being a codependent here. This is a blind spot for you. You need to be aware. So what we need to do is we need to just understand that it is not our job to make everybody happy. In fact, it is not our job to make anybody happy. We don't have that power. Now, that doesn't mean we can't add to people's happiness. That doesn't mean that we can't be happy around other people. But just as we are responsible for our own emotions, other people are responsible for theirs. So that doesn't mean that we're going to now just be cold and callous and cruel and unkind and say, oh, well, it's up to you. You're responsible for your emotions. No, that's not who we want to be. That's not our higher selves. All right. Who we are trying to work towards by taking our power back is loving, kind, compassionate, and has boundaries. All right, firm boundaries where we don't take on and feel responsible for that which is not ours to carry, for that which is not ours to fix. And again, that doesn't mean that we can't show up from a place of compassion and empathy and love and support and encouragement to people. It just means that we know what is ours and we are responsible for that, and we know what is other people's. Now, what happens when people show up unkindly, all right? Hurt people, we've all heard that saying, all right? Again, it's not an excuse. It's just an understanding. This person is showing up unkindly in your life. They are coming from a place of pain, okay? So they've got ugly in them, they're feeling mean, they're feeling whatever it is, overwhelmed, they're feeling like maybe they'll feel better if they lash back. That happens with so many people. So what we do when people show up like that is just be aware. This person is in pain. All right. This is not personal. This is not about me. This is about their pain. Is it my responsibility to make them happy? No. It is their responsibility to make themselves happy, which means it is my responsibility to make me happy, which means that if we're going to have a relationship, if we're going to carry on down this path, there are boundaries that need to be set. We are going to have our voice. Think often for us as fawns / codependents, it's easier for us to have the back of other people, right? We want to emotionally manage everybody else. We want to love everybody else. We want to fix everybody else. We want to make right for everybody else. So what we do is think, if this was my child that was being spoken to like this, if this was my spouse, if this was a parent, a close friend, anyone that you feel a connection to, a bond with, that you love very much, and somebody was coming at them in this way, would you just let it happen? More often than not, the answer is no. We would say to them, hey, don't take that. Don't accept that. You don't have to listen to that. You don't have to allow that into your life. So just as you would encourage and support and love somebody near and dear to you, that's what you want to do for yourself. You want to have your voice. It's simple things like, hey, I see you in a bad space. I see you're not really happy right now. Maybe we'll talk later when you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with yourself. Or maybe we will talk tomorrow when I'm ready to brace you, or whatever, right? Find your boundary, practice it, practice the script. The problem is the reason why it feels so uncomfortable to us to now have our own back, step up and have a voice, is because it is not practiced. It is not a practice way of being. So practice the script of someone in your life who likes to step over those boundaries regularly. The person who likes to bully, the person who likes to emotionally manipulate. Think about a script that you can use with them and practice. Practice saying, imagine, visualize you seeing this person, and practice the script over and over again. Don't make it a long script because then it's too much to remember. You want to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. All right, be as concise as you possibly can. I love you and I love me message, but I'm not actually going to be putting up with this. Okay? Something that you can just say to yourself over and over again, something that does not open up negotiation or argument, or it's not a case of how would you feel, we're not asking permission here, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to practice this. I love me, I love you, I see you're not in a good place, and I'm really sorry for that. Let me know later when you're feeling better, and then maybe we can talk about this. And it can be literally anything that this person wants to talk about, all right? If they're coming across hostile, if they're coming across aggressive, if they're coming across mean-spirited, if in any way you feel like this is someone coming at you in an unkind way, they're bombarding you, they are taking up a lot of your headspace, right? You want to set that boundary because, sweet fawn, it is not your responsibility to keep your nose clean, to keep the peace at the expense and detriment of yourself. You just need to know that you're losing you, right? You are disconnecting from yourself so much that you are causing a rift within your own self, the relationship that you have with you. And being like this doesn't work. Part of taking our power back is to stop hurting ourselves and to come from a place of love and compassion for us, forgiveness for us, and to move forward with a voice, with having our own back, with standing in our power and saying, it's not my job to keep the peace here. It's not my job to take this abuse. My job is to love me and love you. And part of that is setting boundaries so that we don't hurt each other. So come back to me later. Let me know when you're feeling better. Let me know when you are in a place where you can chat to me and have a conversation with me and not verbally abuse me. And obviously with some people, even that is not going to work. And so we cut ties entirely because it is a dysfunctional and toxic relationship for both of you. It's not working. All right? Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, the notifications button. And if you feel that this can help anybody, please do share. And if there's anything in particular you'd like me to cover, please do leave it in the comments. Have an amazing day.